everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Emma, aka Fleurs, and today we're going to be doing another speed build on my island of Daffodil, which, if you've not seen any of my other videos, it is a spring island very heavily influenced by green and white. Lots of light colours. It's half town, half natural. For my campsite, what I'm going to do is build it in this area. It's a bit like a valley. It's quite low down. It's sunken down behind the cliffs, and I'm just gonna make it really just pretty and lots of flowers, a little bit of like a vintage inspiration with some blankets and some cute tables and things, and fingers crossed it will turn out okay. If you like the sound of that, please remember to like the video, and if you're new here, please remember to subscribe. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is work on the cliffs behind the campsite area. I'm not going to do all of the cliffs because that would take forever, putting down flowers, putting down trees, etc. There's a lot of cliff space surrounding this whole area, so I'm not going to do it all. I'm just going to focus on the back so that when it's complete, you can see what the final kind of product looks like. It's not really a product, the final kind of build would be a better choice of words. And so I'm just going to work on here, put some waterfalls in. I'm not going heavily with the waterfalls just because there's not a lot of space, just to kind of give it just a little bit of water. I do like just a few little tiny waterfalls just placed a bit randomly, so that's what I've gone for here. And then I'm going to try and map out kind of the key areas and where I want to put this blanket. It was not working very well. I wanted to put it under the kind of the campsite itself, so I struggled with that a bit. And then I'm going to work on getting some things down as well. I really wanted to use this round pillow. I thought it would be adorable to put a lantern on top of it. And then time for adding in my flowery path. I love this path still, so pretty. I'm not going to do it like a full path weaving through. Instead, for this build, what I'm going to do is like patches of flowers to give it the idea that they're kind of little kind of growths in the area as opposed to an actual path. Although that bit kind of does look like a real kind of path. You'll see what I mean later on in the build. And then I'm going to add this blanket in, this round blanket in, because I want to include some tables here. I said at the beginning about wanting to go with some kind of vintage vibes, so I feel like the table with cloths definitely add to that. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the big one there. I do need to custom design it. I thought it wasn't. So we'll see how that goes. And then here, what I mean is about adding in like splodges of flowers, and this is what I'm trying to achieve over here. I do make some adjustments later on, and that's mainly because of kind of getting everything to fit, and making sure that the gaps weren't too big. I'm not overly classical. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I just like spaces to be filled, so when there's big gaps everywhere, it bothers me if I've not got something that I can fit there. So yeah, that's kind of why this was just like a run through. We'll go with that. And then I wanted to add in this kid's tent. I'm not going to go crazy with tents. I just thought one little tent over here would be a nice kind of space filler. So I've added in the blanket underneath it. I haven't really used this blanket as much as I thought I would on this island. I may even change it out for another one, but I wanted something to contrast with all the kind of round blankets that I've been using. So it's quite nice to have a square one as well. I just need to find something else maybe, and I'll switch that out, but that should be fine because it will just replace whatever was there. And then I thought it was nice to add the doormat underneath the futon so you can see like the lace coming out underneath, which I thought was really cute. And I thought adding a daisy wreath underneath the campfire would just make it feel a little bit more springy, so you can see the flowers coming out when I eventually get it placed down. It was a little bit of a struggle. And the utility wagon is an item I've never really used, but you can actually custom design it. Who knew? I actually really like it with this gingham check on it. It looks kind of cute, and I thought it was very fitting for a campsite area. So I did say about making adjustments with the paths. I did adjust this. I couldn't really get the cobblestones to work. I thought it would be a nice idea to have the cobblestones kind of snaking through, but I don't know what it was that was throwing me off. It might have even been the heart blanket. that was the kind of main problem, because I couldn't get it where I wanted to. But it just didn't look quite right. So I kind of rubbed them out. And this is the point where I was kind of like, do I need to move things around? Is this even working? I'm just doubting myself, going through that whole build process and just the confusion. So I went and grabbed some flowers, and that kind of helped me for a second. Just putting off the inevitable, as I like to do with my builds. I thought it'd be nice to incorporate some fencing as well. I wasn't sure what to do with this waterfall because I didn't really have the space to add in a little pond, which I normally like to do because I like to think about the water flowing down. So I just put some flowers and added in the fence. And then the windmill, I did want to include it, but I thought it might look better under the patch of grass. It's not grass, the patch of flowers from the path, which I think it does. It just helps fill up the area a bit more and makes it not look so plain. A trusty wheat field in front. Thank you to those that have sent me some wheat fields, much appreciated, because I feel sorry for you if you don't have wheat fields in your life. They're so important, and yeah, they're really, really great item, especially for this island. I've used them so much as like an alternative to flowers. It seemed to help a lot. And then just setting up where I'm going to have a little laundry space. I thought it would be a nice spot in front of the windmill to have the clotheslines. And I do my normal thing of doubling them up. I just feel that they look better that way. They're quite a thin, skinny piece of furniture, so having two of them together definitely makes them look a bit better. Just placing down some flowers, and then yeah, I'm going to move this forward a bit. I feel like there's an odd space and I can't quite get the cobblestones to work. So let's just move it forward a touch. And I'm just going to move the blanket back as well. I decided to switch out the heart blanket underneath the campsite itself, just because it just wasn't looking quite right. So instead I decided to make my own little doormat using some custom designs I had and the rug edges. I did think that I would be able to go too wide and have the lace on the other side. It wouldn't let me. So in the end, I was gonna do it so it was longer on the left hand side, but actually it looks kind of cute with just a one tile blanket. And then I'm just gonna feed this path up right to it. There we go. Okay. And then I'm gonna place down my seating area again, just that small covered one. The large one I might save for another area in the campsite. I really, really like the pattern on this small covered table. It is one of the variations, so if you don't have it, I think will have to visit Reese and Cyrus to get it. But it's really, really cute. And then just dotting in some fencing. So I'm back with some smaller items this time to try and build on what I've already added in. Just the little kind of details, which is always kind of a good way to go. If you're decorating, definitely start off with the bigger items and then work your way down to the smaller items. And then I put the juice carton and the lantern down, and then just adding in this other area. And I think this is where I'm going to put the large table. The other things that I want to try and incorporate in this area are probably some beehives. I don't know why, I just really, really like the beehives at the moment. If you've seen my other parts of my island where I made the orchard, in front of that, the orchard and the flower field, I have incorporated a little apiary down there, which is just so cute. I think it's the colour of the beehives. But for now, I will build that down the front area, I think, just in front of the pond. But yeah, just adding in those small items that I was talking about. Getting myself stuck, accidentally picking tulips. That's typical me. There we go. Right, we've fixed that. And then why not add some boots in? If you're out camping, you're going to leave your boots outside. Because you don't want the dirtiness in your tent. But that just reminded me about the conversation we were having on stream yesterday about all the bugs and creepy crawly scorpions and stuff. So be careful. If you do leave your shoes outside while you're camping, be sure to check them. We don't have that problem so much in the UK, but definitely abroad. So yeah, I'm just adding in some more items onto the tables, those smaller items that I've got in my inventory. And around the laundry area. The stack of clothing item is just a winner. When I don't have to customize pillows anymore, that's great. And I really wanted to add these boots in, but there was limited space, so I was struggling and accidentally put them on. If I'm not showing food off, I'm accidentally putting on clothing. Right, let's have a look. I thought the bread was a nice addition in front of the table. Normally I just put stacked books in front of, which I have done on the bigger table, but I couldn't do that back here. So I thought the bread was a nice alternative because everyone needs bread unless you're gluten or is it what's the word? Celiac. Then maybe don't. Although you can get alternatives, so get a bread alternative if you can't have actual bread. Anyway, I'm talking rubbish again. Someone stop for me. We're back to decorating and just adding in some more items and flowers. I thought it'd be nice to section off this area just a little bit, and then it will leave me room to add in some beehives down the front. I did think about adding in a puddle, but it was just a little bit too close to the ranch chair. It just seemed a bit odd to have a ranch chair and then a puddle. But yeah, so I'm gonna go in with some more circles of the flower path and some beehives. I really think it's the colour of the beehive. I love this customization on it. The nice kind of whitewashed wood is just really, really pretty. Okay, so just need to add in a few more bits down here, I think, and fill up the that is the right hand side, and fill up the right hand side. I'm sorry, I struggle with my lefts and my rights so much sometimes. The bread in, there we go, and then we should be able to put the flower back. Yes, we can. All I'm going to do here, because you can't really see it, is just to add in some more flowers. I did add the wooden box with the rattan towel basket just because it was quite fitting for the laundry area, and then another fence on this side just to separate off the area. This does kind of lead down to where I did my florist and bakery build, so I probably will just make that area just a nice little natural section there just to fill it up a bit. Some more flowers, obviously. I just seem to be saying flowers, flowers, flowers now that I'm building this island. That's all it pretty much is. But yeah. I don't think the cricket serves any real purpose and probably doesn't add to the build much, if at all. But I just love the little cage it's in. It's just really cute. So I just thought I'd add that in there. Okay, pretty much out of flowers now. A toy duck, how cute. So I've just grabbed some flowers just to work on this side of the cliff. I am gonna let that tree grow in. So it will have some height. I probably will stunt it maybe day 3 or day 2, just so it's like large but not as big as a full grown. I just think they're cuter that way, and mixing up the sizes is definitely a winner. And a bunny rabbit. I haven't used any of these in this build yet, and I do love them, so need to include them. Okay, there we go. Right, and then I'm gonna add in a windmill as well, because I feel like the contrast between the one up on the cliff and the one down at the campsite will be quite nice. I didn't really envisage myself using many windmills, but they actually look really cute, don't they? As you can see here is the final kind of product. The tree, once it's grown in, will definitely add something a bit more height, and also when there is a villager at my campsite, I feel it will look a little bit better. But yeah, here is the finished product, what I've done. There's lots of kind of flower path, flowers, plants mixed in with some kind of dinner areas and the kids' tent and the laundry section, of course. I quite like it. I feel like I could have probably got a few more flowers in there, but I'm not mad at it. I think it will be better once the whole kind of area, the cliffs around it are all done. So once I've done that, I'm sure I'll post some pictures for you. Let me know what you think about the build in the comment. Would you come and camp here? We would love to have some visitors from far and wide. I'm sure your stay would be wonderful when my island isn't raining. It seems to rain on my island an awful lot. Anyway, so that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you again soon with another one. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, bye-bye.